Hello and welcome back to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is my channel, Sobrix. It's a channel where I look at some Lego sets, review some Lego sets, put together some Lego sets, and some other Lego related content in the future. In this video, we are going to be looking at the Lego icons Back to the Future time machine, the Delorean. This is set number 10300, and it contains 1,872 pieces with a little bit of a caveat. I'll get to more of that later. And I paid $200 for this set. Now, I understand that when this set was released in 2022, I believe, the initial release price was something like $170, I think. And with the price increases that Lego put out, now on the Lego.com website, and when I purchased this set is now $200, which I can talk a little bit about more and compare it to some other icons and some other sets at this level and see how I feel about it. But the first thing we can do is take a look at the instruction manual here. Now, with a lot of these bigger Lego sets, especially something that's based on an IP like this, we do get a very thick, nicely bound instruction manual. Like other icon sets, they do include sort of some nice information in the beginning, some great pictures, information about the movie, information about the designer and the model that eventually this turned into. And then I'll see if I can find something here. I thought I bookmarked this. We also get some little tidbits throughout the booklet that can tell you something about the parts that are used or about the thing that this is based on. So for example, this one here says the element we use to replicate the flux capacitor core was originally designed as a Lego City grappling hook. So there's lots of little tidbits like that in here. And then there's something even more interesting with this set, is that this is kind of a Lego 3-in-1 set, and I will talk about that more in a little bit here. But there is an element you get to a point in the booklet where it says choose your favorite, and it has the different models that all the pieces are available when you purchase this set. So it tells you to go to a specific page to build the model from the first movie. It tells you to go to a specific page to build the model for the second movie, where you can see there's some different pieces there, and then tells you to go to a specific page to look at the model for the third movie. And again, we add some pieces on the hood, change the rims on the wheels, and I think that is a really, really nice feature. I think it adds a lot to this set. I wasn't sure about it because that is the caveat for the piece count, because you'll have all these extra pieces that, depending on which model you'll build, you won't use all 1,872 pieces. And the other set that I can compare that to is maybe the Lego Fender Stratocaster, which came with enough pieces to build it in either red or black. And in that one, I thought the piece count advertised was a little bit misleading, but I did understand what I was buying when I purchased that set. In this one, I think even if it's advertised at a certain price point, I think you get a ton just out of this model, and it is really, really awesome to be able to change it up and make it represent the DeLorean that you like best. So we can take a look now at the little placard here, or the labeled kind of the UCS style. This is a sticker on a kind of ramp piece that tells us a little bit about the time machine, and these are always nice to have. You get these in a lot of UCS style, Ultimate Collector Series style sets, but occasionally you get them in this or even the Lightyear ship from the Lightyear movie also came with one of these, and I always think that's a nice inclusion for something that's nice to display. I personally love to display Legos, and maybe sometime in the future I'll be able to show that to anybody watching my YouTube videos. We can take a look at these two minifigures that are included in the set. The model is not minifigure scale, so largely these are for use with play or with other sets, or to display, and they do give you a little extra segment here to prop these guys up, or I suppose they may be considered collector items here. So if we look at the Doc Brown character first, nice printing on the torso and the legs, no printing on the midsection there. And if we turn it over, a little bit of printing on the back of the torso. But there is something really nice. These do have alternate faces on them, and Doc Brown's has this really great, his goggles, they're nicely printed. They're kind of a metallic or reflective sort of print there, which I think comes through really nice, and there's still a lot of detail. You can still see his wrinkles and everything else in there. And then we can take a look at the Marty McFly, and Marty in this one does have really good torso printing, really good printing on the legs, and there is printing on his waist or his midsection in there. Very limited print on the back, just this one line kind of indicating a collar line, it looks like, which both of these backs could be, have more details or more Easter eggs. And then we get the other alternate head for Marty there on the back. So with the minifigures and the placard out of the way, we can dive into the main model. So the first thing I wanted to do is to kind of give a size comparison here. Something that it's somewhat similar to is the Lego, I think, Creator Expert or Icon. This is the Camaro. So height-wise, length-wise, these are almost identical. It's a little bit maybe distorted because of the angle my camera is at. And if we look at the width of them, the width is also very, very similar. So if you were someone who has built a few of these scale cars in the Creator Expert or the Icons lines, like the upcoming Range Rover or the Fiat or the Porsche or anything else. There's a Creator Expert Mustang that I'd like to get my hands on. You can display this Delorean set right next to them, and I don't know how it compares to like the Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters set that's also at this scale. I imagine that it's probably pretty close there. And then the one other set that I wanted to compare it to for no particular reason is the Technic Batmobile from the Batman movie. And that set is a lot bigger. It is longer, it is wider, and so that's sort of where this DeLorean fits in here. So there's a lot to talk about with this set. There's a lot of cool features, but first we'll just kind of go over the basic outline of it. The shaping is really, really nice. A lot of interesting building techniques to achieve some of these angles here and some of the finer details. A good number of this lacquered or metallic silver pieces that also wrap around the front. There is a printed tile here up on the front grille with the DMC logo on it. And we can look at the back. There is a nice out of time license plate there, out of time. That is a sticker that is on a window pane, and I actually don't mind that. I think using the window pane, the clear sticker there, is actually kind of nice. So we can see some of the translucent bricks in here that are used for the lighting. And we'll reattach that antenna there, which pops off with not too much resistance there. At the back, where there's a ton of detail in here, a lot of these different styles of tubing in there. I think there's 3 different sizes and kind of some colors even of tubing in there that is really nice. This is a print on the top here, and then there actually is a little bit of difference on the side on some of the details there. These use almost these like unicorn horns or whatever else here, and that's sort of the back. The front, at least for this model, this is the model from the first movie. This is pretty bare, but I liked how it came together. You sort of build one portion of this early on, and then just it's resting there at this weird angle, and I was kind of wondering, is this the front, is this the back, how is this going to work? And then as it finally came together, it works really, really nicely and creates these nice smooth lines, nice smooth angles that work really, really well here. Now to get into some of the really special features. Well, first we can look into the interior. If you can see at the dash, there is some details in there, including these ones, which are stickers to represent the different times, which they have a picture of in the instruction manual, and you can compare the prints to what is in the movie, or the stickers to what is in the movie or what is in the instruction manual. So that's a nice detail. And we can go to, I guess now, one of the first features of this set, the very special doors. If you remember in the movie, it has sort of iconic or the DeLorean, the DMC DeLorean car in the real world outside of the movie. It had these really unique kind of butterfly doors that it was how you got in there. And this set achieves those really nicely. The hinge works well. I wish there was maybe a little more resistance so that when it was flat, it could be displayed with the doors open. As we can see here, slowly but surely, this door is moving downwards, and so it doesn't have a ton of resistance to easily stay up. There we go. And I wish maybe that they could be designed in a way that you could either like clip them to something up here in some way, or have a pin kind of in the way that would once they are up all the way, it would kind of lock in place. I think that would be really nice to display like that. As it is, it's a very nice moving feature, but it just was maybe one small complaint that I had for this, but I do love that that's included in here. And then we got to see a small look at the inside there. There is some more detailed tiles in there on the back, and we get these really nice chairs or seats in the car. I really like how these came together. I like the angles that were achieved for the that seat. Now I'm having trouble getting this back together, but I don't see what it's hitting here. This is the first time I've encountered this issue, and I'm not sure why that is. So I will have to take a look at that and see how to correct it. What are we hitting? Anyway, if we look over on the other side, we can get another view of the internals here. The driver's side. Unlike the Camaro, the steering wheel does not steer the tires, but that is because there is an extra feature that I really, really, really love on this set. So when we look at this, there is also, from the internals here, I will show one last feature before getting to the one that I really love, and that is this. If you can see that, there is a light brick in there that has a very nice button to push to light it up. And if we look down in there, like I read that section from the book, that little tidbit that said the grappling hook piece was used to indicate the plutonium, that's that piece that is in front of the light up brick there. So that's really nice. The mechanism for which to turn that on is very easy and is really nice. And okay, I did figure out the technical issue I was having. The seat on one of these sides was leaning a little too far back, and if it's leaned too far back, the door will not close easily or all the way. But now that that is resolved, we're back here, and as I was showing, there is the button here to turn on the light. And then the last kind of amazing feature of this model, let me get back to kind of where we were, is the wheels. As I said, the wheels do not turn with the steering wheel. The steering wheel turns independently. But why can't the wheels turn with that? Well, let me show you. The wheels can turn sideways as it's almost flying or hovering like in the movie. Now that is incredible. And when it's displayed, when it's sat on a table, it uses clear bricks on the bottom that can hold this up so that the wheels are not touching the ground. And then if I delicately kind of flip this over, I can show the mechanism in which that's used to turn these wheels around. So we can see a lot of the internals in here. It looks complicated. To flip the wheels, we just flip this over, and there they are flipped. Now this mechanism is designed so well. It's so simple, yet so elegant and so inspired in the way that it works, is so magnificent. The sound is very satisfying to hear them flip, and the final look of having that option is a really impressive, and that's a big wow factor for me in this model. So I don't think there's a good way to have an axle connected to the steering wheel that could allow these wheels to turn when it also has this amazing mechanism to flip them, which gives it a lot more value in my mind. And that is really great. Some of the other kind of the hidden things besides the light brick, besides the wheels here. If I can get into the hood, this opens up and we get a couple more details. We get Marty McFly's hoverboard. This is a sticker, and it looks great. I think it looks wonderful. It's nice to have the hoverboard there. And we also get a plutonium container. And this plutonium container has a little bit of hidden stuff in there. There is a couple stickers on here. And that's sort of a theme for this build. There are a number of stickers. You have all these internal stickers, sticker here, 3 stickers on that, sticker for the license plate, and they do even have some extra stickers that can be used for the license plates that are different in the other models for the other movies here. If we take a look, this baggie, I have all of the extra pieces here that are in the main set. These are all the ones that were just left over. These are not the pieces that are the leftover pieces to put together the other versions of the car. But I do have this baggie is filled with all of the other kind of small parts that would be used to convert this DeLorean model into a model from one of the other movies. I have it set up for the first movie. These are for the second and third. And in this bag, we also have even more that can be used to make the coffee machine that goes on the back, the elements that goes on the front, the different rims to make it look like it's a white-walled wheel, sort of, are all also included. So see, these are some of those extra parts I was talking about that do technically eat in a little bit to the official piece count, but I think that there's more value in having the option to change it out than there is to be weirded out about the piece count not being as advertised. So I paid $200 for this set. To compare, I paid $170 for the Camaro that I showed earlier. And that $30 difference, I think this DeLorean has more pieces, perhaps a considerable amount more pieces, including but also excluding the extra ones. It has minifigures when the Camaro does not, has light up brick, the Camaro does not, has these functioning tires, and all the other hidden goodies that are included here that some of the other similar sized models in this Icon series or the Lego Creator Expert cars don't have. It has the new these awesome butterfly doors here, and so there's a lot packed in here that does set this set apart from other just similar scale and price point cars. I think I would have preferred to pay the initial launch price of this set, but I'm really happy with this model. It is a steep entry. There are some delicate pieces in here, a little bit advanced building techniques for some of it. I had a blast putting it together. I had a blast going through the booklet, reading all of the little extra segments and details that they included in there, and I am a big fan of this set. I don't know if I can say it's a fantastic value for the money. For me, I was happy to pay this price to get this model, and this is something that I will forever kind of cherish and keep as a high watermark for build experience, display value, its closeness to the IP, the options to change everything. There's so much that goes right for this model that even a minor complaint like not being able to display the doors all the way up without having them slowly kind of descend into their resting state. Even something like that is not a big enough complaint for me to say I don't like this model or this model's not worth it. I really, really love this set. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a like or subscribe to my channel, where I'll be reviewing more Lego sets, putting the Lego sets together, and other Lego related content. Until next time, bye-bye. Thanks.